For the story and DLC, I give 2 a perfect 5 out of 5. It's amazing. We all get that. That's why people like 2 so much more than 3. When we look at 3, I'm giving it a 3. Some people might argue 1 or 2, but you have to also acknowledge that the DLC in 3 is fantastic. I would actually argue that it's better than the DLC in 2. Regardless, they both have great DLCs, but I think the DLC does some lifting and pulls 3 overall up to a 3. It's an okay story. There are certainly some awful points, but there's some good stuff in there too. You can't say that it's the worst story of all time. Maybe we can argue 2, we can play with that later. You'll see that it doesn't change that much. Endgame and loot, it's very good in 2. We know this, but it's not perfect, and the amount of variety is pretty low. And I know that the legendary drop rates in 3 is too much for most people, but the drop rates in 2 is almost too low. I think there's a happy medium somewhere. Either way, we're giving Borderlands 2 a 4 in this category. For Borderlands 3, I'm giving it a 5, specifically because of the endgame grind. You have way more slaughter domes, trials, raid bosses, the events like the cartels and the Bloody Harvest. There's just more to do in this game, regardless of a lack of Ultimate Vault Hunter. And I know that Mayhem sucks, it's a flawed system, but so are OP levels in 2, okay? We have to give credit where it's due. The overall endgame and loot, that experience in 3 is an improvement. And if we're gonna give a 4 to Borderlands 2, then we have to give a 5 to Borderlands 3.
Yeah, I did it! I ain't sorry!
If you wanna go 3 and 4, I'm cool with that too. It doesn't change the overall narrative I'm going for here.